Guys, are you ready to talk about authentic manhood and leading your families effectively in a way that honors God? Then check this out.
Jesus, who also shows us that men are tender.
That's right. Could you riff for a minute, Josh, on the idea of singular headship, plural leadership? Because I think I was like, before we move on, I think that's really important. And I think we hinted at it, but I think whenever you unpack this, you do a great job. I can add in some color and some detail if you want, but I think it'd be great to explain, like, when we say that husbands are the heads of their family, it doesn't mean that they exert all decisions, all leadership.
Yeah, let me talk about that. So that's the language we like to use, and it's not original to me, is single headship, plural leadership. So for
single headship, plural leadership. Have you guys ever heard that before? I had not until I discovered Josh Howerton and his ministry and his church. So he unpacks this. It's pretty cool.
For instance, Paul mentioned earlier in the Bible that when God creates man and woman in Genesis 1 and 2, what he does is he sets them up as the big theological word is vice regents of creation. I'm going to rule through you, and the you is plural. So is there an authority structure? Husband, head of the wife, yep, there is. And then wife as noble helper, yep, there is, that's there. But it's singular headship, but there's plural leadership. In other words, God said, it is not good for the man to be alone. In other words, he will not be able to fulfill his calling. So like if we apply that, calling that a man has in his life, whatever that is, outward, ministry, whatever it is, you're not going to be able to fulfill it by yourself. You're going to need a helper. If you're married, we're talking about if you're married.
Guys, ever heard the phrase, behind every good man is a wonderful woman, or behind every successful man is a great woman, something like that? That's not a secular saying. It's a biblical truth, and it's vice versa as well. We were designed to have covenant marriage and grow families, one man, one woman, because we each have specific leadership roles. There isn't one subservient and one leader in a godly household. There is plural leadership. I love what Josh is doing here. Let's get back to him.
God gave you that partner, that spouse to help you. In the home, like the way that it's designed ideally is you need mom and dad leading together. So like, it's kind of the example we'll use. The Puritans used to say that every family is like a little church and every church is like a big family. Yes. So honestly, in our house, we'll use this language sometimes with the kids is, hey, is pastor dad and executive pastor mom, and we lead this little flock together. So what you need is mom and dad leading together in the home. Authority structure, yes. Singular headship, but plural leadership. Yes. And we can apply that to the church as well. We need
solid gold. If you guys need, watch that part again, because I'm telling you, this will change. Men, this will change how you lead your family. And women, if you're watching this with us as well, and I hope that you are, it's going to change your expectations for your husbands.
Both spiritual fathers and mothers in the spiritual house of the church.
And Jesus modeled this. Even like, think about Matthew 28 when he says, all authority on heaven and earth has been given to me.
Yeah.
So therefore go and make disciples. So it wasn't saying, hey, I'm going to make every decision, I'm going to do everything. It was like, I am giving you the authority on my behalf to go and now do this. And so I think, and even this gets into specific things and misconceptions of it. So for example, if the wife is incredible at managing money and budgeting, it is not, unless you can disagree with me, Pastor Josh, on this, but that's not a wrong thing to let her do that. Yeah. I think, again, there's so many misconceptions of like, oh, then the husband controls the finances. Like, no, like a bad leader would do that. A good leader knows what he is good at or she's good at, and then says, all right.
I think what he's talking about is some business organizations and certainly some families have managers but lack leaders. A manager will say, I'm not the best at this, but I'm going to take it over and I'm going to do it. A subservient, humble leader says, you know what? If this is more lined up with your skill set and is for the betterment of our team, and the team in this instance being the family, then wife, you go ahead and take care of the finances. Love that.
If they're better than me at something, then I'm actually going to delegate it to them. But the husband is ultimately responsible. So if for some reason they come in financial hard times because of mismanagement, the husband, if he's a good leader, doesn't look at the wife and say, it's your fault. He's like, no, I'm responsible for this.
Let's figure out how to help you. Let's get us back on track.
That's right.
He takes responsibility for owning and catalyzing. Let's go fix this thing.
That's great, man. So let's get practical. Let's help some people. Some husbands are listening right now and say, great, that's amazing. Got it. How do I do that?
That's
What do I
great.
do now? How do I love and serve my wife as head? You know, let's just start with some thoughts.
Yeah,
on that.
let me. I got a few things here, and let's just put the cookies on the bottom shelf. You know, let's make this real easy. Number one, we already pointed this out, but in the Bible, submit to one another comes before wives submit to your husbands. So
Oh, hold on. I know a lot of males who like to think they're leading their families, a lot of men. But you know what? They always say, it says in the Bible, the wives should submit to their husbands. Prior to that, the scriptures are clear. We submit to each other. This is the best family leadership discussion I've heard in a long time.
we don't want abuse, one blesser, one taker. We don't want a battle, two takers. We want a blessing. Two people walking into marriage going, man, I'm here because I want to bless you. That's what we want. So like, I'll get like, for Jan and I, like a date night. Typically Thursday's our date night. And for real, Jan, it's just, it's funny. The entire night is just, how do I do what you want? You know, Jan is like literally when she picks out her outfit, what do you want? You know,
What's Josh talking about here? Sounds to me a lot like servant leadership, where each leader in the family is putting the other person first. And it happens at the same time. It's not, well, in this season, my wife's putting me first. And then when that changes, I'm going to have a season where I put her first. No, that's those people that think that they want a 50-50 marriage. You don't. You want a 100-100 marriage where every day you're showing up as your best selves. You are serving her, she is serving you, and together you're serving your children and your family. This is absolute authentic manhood described at its finest. And guys, I'm going to sum up what Josh is saying, and it's really simple to do. As men of God, leading your family, any leadership role that you have that you're unwilling to take, that's going to create a leadership vacuum. And what's going to happen is your wife is going to do way more than her God-given giftings and share in your family. You need to step forward. Take extreme ownership for the deficiencies that you have as a leader and as a man of God and as a husband and father. Let's address those deficiencies. As men, we direct, we protect, we provide for those that God's blessed us to serve. We reject passivity, we accept responsibility, and most importantly, we lead with courage. Guys, this is what we're about at Building and Becoming. We're about getting strong, fit, and capable in our spirit and our physicality. And if you want to join us, please subscribe, come along, hit the notification bell, and let me know in the comments what videos you've come across that you would love for me to break down, because I'm happy to do it and I want you guys to get involved. I'll talk to you next time.